On the phone, Jeff Bergosh. Jeff is outside the base. He's on the bridge, he's on the bridge just outside the base. He is a facilities manager there. Jeff, good morning. I'm sorry for what your community has experienced this morning. Tell us what the last 2 hours have been like for you. What do you know?
Well, it's been pretty surreal. I've worked out here as a contractor employee for about 15 years for various contracts out here. And this morning was like no other. I mean, your regular Friday coming on board the base at about 10 till 7, and then suddenly everything went gridlock. All the traffic came to a complete stop, and then Navy Boulevard, which is the artery coming aboard the station, became a parking lot, and the traffic going the other direction suddenly was overwhelmed. I saw at least 50, probably more, police vehicles, ambulances, SWAT teams coming screaming down the opposite side of the road. And of course, I was worried about my employees that were on the base. Half of us were on the way to work. Half of us had already got there. So just a lot of chaos. But I can tell you, I'm proud to report we had an overwhelming response to this. The community came to the aid of the station, and just amazing, the overwhelming response. But it's as you hear in the background, they're still speaking over the station's loudspeaker. We've seen fire ambulances go by. We've seen emergency vehicles. I've seen at least 2 life flight helicopters. So unfortunately, I know there's multiple shootings, multiple casualties, and we're just praying for all the victims.
Have you spoken to anyone on your team who's on the base this morning?
I have. I'm in constant contact with them. They're in our building, in our facilities management annex. And as I say, some of our employees got in early, and they immediately went into lockdown protocol. They locked the building down at the same time as the base was shut down. And then obviously we have a protocol that we work through at all times. And we notified the folks who had not come to the base to not come to the base and made sure that they were okay. And so all of our personnel are accounted for. And so that's a good thing. But yes, I'm in contact with them, and they're aware of what's going on, and they're doing everything that they're trained to do.
It is a good thing that your team is safe. Tell us about that protocol. What are the drills that you have in place to prepare for situations like this?
Well, Naval Air Station Pensacola has a notification system that goes out on the NMCI network, which is the Navy Marine Corps Internet. They also have a speaker system that's deployed that warns us in the event of, natural disasters, impending bad weather, and also incidents like this. And they test it on a regular basis. So the base is prepared as much as they can be for an incident such as this. And so the protocol would be you lock down the buildings, you immediately go through your phone trees, you make sure all your personnel are accounted for. And the issue is for us, we've got people in the field on a very frequent basis doing their work that they do. Luckily, fortunately for us, the folks hadn't gone out into the field yet, so we were able to account for everyone very, very quickly this morning. How
open is this base? Give us a little bit more of the lay of the land there.
Well, it is, and they've struggled to balance, the access to the facility with the security requirements that are necessary. And I say that because there is Barrancas National Cemetery out here, which has a lot of fallen servicemen buried there. So you have people from the public accessing the base in order to visit the cemetery. We also have one of the finest naval aviation museums in the country here at NAS Pensacola at the National Museum of Naval Aviation. Of course, it's one of the largest, most well-attended tourist attractions in the entire state. And so you've got public access to that facility as well. So, the military personnel here, it's a constant challenge to balance the security with the accessibility. And so, this is a training base. So it is, it's a precarious situation because you want to allow people to come visit their deceased relatives at the cemetery. Obviously, you want tourists to come out to the aviation museum, but we've got to always balance that with the security requirements of protecting the personnel on the base.
But would you say, because this was pretty early in the morning, between 7 and 8 a.m., the museum would not have been open? I know it's home to the Blue Angels there. So while there are a lot of civilians that normally have access, that early in the morning, would it be that crowded?
No, but the problem is when this happened was primetime rush hour for all the station employees. There's more than 10,000 employees that work at this base. This is a gigantic Naval Air Station out here at Pensacola. And so that's why Navy Boulevard, if you look at a map or put a graphic up on your screen for your viewers, Navy Boulevard is the artery coming in and out of this base, and it turned into a parking lot. And I mean, it was chaos. I mean, with the ambulances and the police vehicles screaming by with the sirens, we knew pretty quickly that this was a pretty serious event. And so, no, the public wasn't out here per se, but a lot of employees who come and work here each and every day, like me, were trying to get to work. And that's what the gridlock became.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.